fight like a roaring fight, critter dreams under stadium lights, sweat and fire, hearts ignite. Evening Sportuffet, with the Ginch we play. Highlights, wild scores collide, it's a riot live tonight. Plays drawn, bold on the chalkboard slate, rivals clash, it's a heavyweight fate. Every second pounding, can't wait. Evening Sportuffet, with the Ginch we play. Highlights, wild scores collide, it's the riot live tonight. Plays drawn, bold on the chalkboard slate, rivals clash, it's a heavyweight fate. Every second pounding, can't wait. Evening Sportuffet, with the Ginch we play.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Early Sportuffet with the Ginch. I am Sid Ginch, your host, man. You just my screen open. Thanks to the Ginch Quartet. But again, welcome to the balmy Northeast. It's cold out. Dare I say it's fucking cold out because the wind. Don't mind the cold anymore. I'm an old bastard now. But it's that wind. And that wind hits your ass. It's like 30 degrees out, but then the wind hits you. It's not pleasant. It blows, actually. But thanks for joining. Let's just jump to it, shall we? Look, the big elephant in the room. Obviously, the College Football Playoff Committee came out with their final rankings yesterday. I don't agree with some of it. But what do I know? So if you live under a rock as a sports fan, let's just go through it. Some of the explanations from the College Football Playoff Committee I have a problem with. So your top four seeds, Indiana, which beat Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship, 13-10, a barn burner. They're the number one overall seed. Ohio State's 2. Georgia's 3. Texas Tech is 4th. So there you have it. Those are your 4. I don't have a problem with the top 8. I really don't. But and I'm trying to look over other things here. Oregon being at 5, I'm fine with. Ole Miss sitting at 6, fine with. Texas A&M still 7th, fine with. Oklahoma 8th, I'm fine with. It's Alabama, first of all, being at number 9. And I had to go back and take a look at their schedule. Now, the other thing is, they say they weren't going to punish Alabama for being in the SEC title game. Well, they got their ass kicked, number 1. Number 2, you lost to Florida State in the beginning of the year. You got your ass kicked by Florida State. And then I had to go back and look because I don't have a photographic memory anymore. I never did. So let's go over Alabama's schedule. You lost out Florida State, 31-17, while being ranked 9th, by the way. You beat Louisiana Monroe. Ooh, there's a good win, 73-0. You beat Wisconsin, 38-14. Have you seen Wisconsin play? You beat number 3 Georgia on September 27, 24-21. It's not like you blew them out. Then the Vanderbilt game after that, which was an ass kicking, made Vanderbilt look bad. Then you go on the road You only beat Missouri by 3. You play Tennessee, and Tennessee's all they're not cracked up to be. So you beat Tennessee. Then you go on the road against South Carolina, and you were down. They were down. They had to come back. 29-22. And you played LSU at home, 20-9. Then you lose to Oklahoma at home. You beat up in Eastern Illinois. There's a real good win. You have to hold off Auburn, and then you get your ass kicked in the SEC championship game. 3 losses. You're still in the playoff. They didn't even drop them. Meanwhile, BYU loses to Texas Tech, granted, in bad fashion, but they won 11 games. Beat BYU. And then the whole Notre Dame Miami thing. I'm sorry, but Miami, you need to look at the totality, the entire resume. And then the other thing, the commissioner said, well, we didn't really do the head-to-head thing with Miami and Notre Dame until BYU lost and we moved Miami up and they were close together. That's bullshit. That's fucking horrible. That's a horrible explanation. That's terrible. I know Reese Davis pressed him on it, and it was bullshit. Now, granted, the committee has a job. I wouldn't want to be on the committee. Actually, I would want to be on the committee because none of this shit would be taking place. Texas A&M's ranked 7th. Now they have to go up against Miami. I'm sorry, Miami lost to SMU and Louisville in a 2-week stretch. That has to matter. I've got a problem with that. And now you're pitting Alabama against Oklahoma. We already saw that this year. We already saw that. And I don't blame Notre Dame for opting out of the bowl game. Because even if they play a bowl game, you think some of their key cogs are not going to skip the bowl game? Oh, they're just crying. They're just excellent. No, they're not. They're not crying. They're not crying. You don't have to accept an invitation to a bowl game, by the way. Kansas State didn't. There's some other schools that declined going to a bowl game. Because it's Notre Dame, people are pitching a fit. Don't blame them at all. So what is my solution? My solution is this. First of all, here's my solution. You go to a 16-team playoff. No bye weeks, no automatic bids. No bye weeks, no automatic bids. You get rid of the AP poll, you get rid of the coaches poll. Take that out of the equation. You let the teams play the season. After week 8 or 9, college football playoff comes out with their rankings. The playoff committee comes out with their rankings. It needs to be the 16 best teams. Screw all this head-to-head shit. Eye test. Break down each resume thoroughly. Again, total resume. You have to look at the totality of the resume. Alabama with 3 losses in there should not be in. With their 3 losses, again, if you're going to come back and say, well, no, Miami beat Notre Dame beginning of the season, no shit. It wasn't like they blew them out. If you're going to go off that logic, Alabama got their ass kicked by Florida State. And as the season went on, it was just an even worse loss because Florida State stunk it up this year. $16-team playoff. No automatic bids. No bye weeks. NCAA basketball tournament, they don't have fucking bye weeks. 1 plays 16, 2 15, 3 14, etc., etc., etc. No automatic bids. And the conferences, they all need to get rid of their championship games. Period. Conferences are too big now with 19 teams and 18 teams. They had their place at one point. They don't have their place anymore. I would just rather there would be an extra weekend of college football. Get rid of all the conference championship games. Just have all the teams in college football play an extra week. And then at the end of the season, the committee ranks their final 16. Again, no bye weeks. Nope, no bye weeks. No automatic bursts. Period. You win your conference, congratulations. Job well done. Or, and let me pull it up here. But like I said last week, doesn't matter what formula they come up with. They came up with the 14 playoff, and then the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th teams that were left out bitched. Did that for 10 years. Last year, 12-team playoff, they had automatic bids. You win your conference. Boise State got one, an automatic bid because they were the highest ranked of the Power 4, 5, whatever the fuck they call it. I can't even keep track of it anymore. But it doesn't matter what formula. Why don't we just play off all 136 teams? Be done with it. Here's the FCS playoff system. 24 teams, single elimination bracket where 10 conference champs and 14 at-large teams compete. The top 8 seeds get first round byes, which I don't like, but it's 24 teams. Okay, I get it. While seeds 9 through 16 play unseeded teams 1 through 8 in the first round. Second round for seeds 1 through 8, with matchups based on geography and avoiding regular season rematches. You hear that? Before progressing to the quarterfinals, semifinals, and championship. I'm all for it. And I don't want to hear that the NCAA and the commissioners and the ADs say they can't fucking do it. You know why? If you had the money and the balls and the gumption to realign conferences, you can come up with that format. I don't want to hear the bullshit anymore. Because it's all rhetoric. It's all spewing. It's all spin doctoring, spewing bullshit. That's what it is. As a college football fan, I'm tired of it. The committee should all be football people. There should be no former reporters in there. There shouldn't be former Secretary of States. It should be college football people who have played the sport, who know what's going on, who watch it week in and week out, and they eat and breathe it 24/7. Period. So yeah, I'm aggravated at the fact that Miami's in there and Alabama. And the reasons, and I felt bad for the commissioner because he has to be the one that gets up in front of everybody and say, this is why we did this. I'll say this to everyone on the committee. You fucked up. And the explanations that were given were a crock of shit. Oh, and by the way, the first round of the playoffs start December 20th, which is a Saturday, by the way. There's, this upcoming weekend is the Army-Navy game, December 13th, but the bowl games already kick off this weekend. I think there's 2 bowl games on Saturday plus the Army-Navy game. I will be having a college football playoff and bowl special this coming Friday at Goose's Monte Cristo Lounge and Tobacconist there in Limerick, Pennsylvania. So tune in for that. So enough for the talk about the college football playoff. Let's jump to the NFL, shall we? Now, I'm not going to go over stats and stuff like that. I'll save that for tomorrow. But some of the scores from this weekend, and for each game, I jotted down a couple notes. Lions beat the Cowboys in a shootout, 44-30. The Cowboys reverting back to Cowboys. And really, all I wrote down was Cowboys 3 turnovers, end of story. Difference in the game. That's all I wrote down. The Lions are 8-5 now. Cowboys 6-6-1, and playoff hopes fading fast. And more than likely, they're not going to make it. We get to the Sunday games. The Seahawks hammered the Falcons 37-9. The Falcons are just they're not good. High aspirations for the Falcons this year, but they're not good. And really, I wrote down Atlanta 3 turnovers, Seattle 1. Everything I circled, Atlanta was 1 for 13 on third down. Falcons are 4-9. The Seahawks 10-3. I did not see this coming from the Seahawks. Really didn't. The Bengals snatched defeat away from victory. They lose to the Bills 39-34. The Bengals had no reason losing this game. Unfortunately, the 2 interceptions that Burrow threw back-to-back were sort of the killers. And that's what I wrote down. I mean, the Bengals, they outplayed him for probably, 52 minutes? The Bengals couldn't run the football either. I mean, Buffalo rushed for 183 yards. And that's just because Cincinnati's run defense is just putrid. The Bengals are now 4-9. I thought if the Bengals could win this game, they had a real good chance to win the division and make the playoffs. Not now. The Bills 9-4, still looking up at the Patriots. The Browns doing Brown things, and people keep talking about Shedeur Sanders and it was the Titans, man. Let's not get overly excited. Did Shedeur have a good game? Yes. It's the fucking Titans. And you still lost. People want to say, well, that's on Stefanski. I'm sorry, it's a team game. Just a couple of notes on this one. Really, the only note that I have here, Tennessee 184 yards rushing, Cleveland 61. Browns, you're losing to the Titans. I don't know if they're going to fire Stefanski. They're probably just going to wait till the end of the year now, but still, no, you lost to the Titans, man. Browns 3-10, Titans 2-11, and they're going to start shining up the clubs. In the game, I thought the Commanders would win because the Vikings would look so horrible. Vikings kicked the Commanders' ass 31-0. Jane Daniels went out with an elbow injury. Comes back from injury, gets hurt again. The game wasn't close. Ass whooping. Really, all I circled here was Washington 3 turnovers, Vikings none. Washington was 3 of 10 on third down. Vikings 5 and 8, slim playoff chances. Still up for grabs. They're going to have to win their last 4 though. Don't see it. Commanders are 3 and 10. A wasted season for the Commanders after making the NFC Championship game last year. The game I thought the Jets win, but I have to remember they're the Jets. Dolphins beat them 34 to 10. Another game that wasn't close. Again, all I wrote down, Jets 3 turnovers, Miami none. And then the other thing I circled here was Miami 239 yards rushing, the Jets 65. Jets are 3 and 10, Dolphins 6 and 7, still with a slight chance to make the playoffs. Upset of the week, one of them anyway. The Saints beat the Buccaneers 24-20. Weren't the Buccaneers like 5 and 1 at one point? Now they're 2 and 5 their last 7, something like that. It's a bad loss for the Buccaneers. The only thing I had circled here, Buccaneers won the rushing battle, but they were horrible on third down. And they went for it on fourth down 7 times, and they converted 2. Why? Buccaneers 7 and 6, Saints 3 and 10. The Buccaneers in danger of possibly losing the division. Panthers are nipping at their heels. Jaguars beat the Colts 36-19. Daniel Jones got knocked out of the game. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever did it. Really appreciate it. Daniel Jones tore his Achilles. He's done for the year. I believe the Colts were 7 and 1 at one point. They're 1 and 4 their last 5, and it's really slipping away fast for the Colts. Jags are playing good football, man. Again, what I have circled here, Indy 3 turnovers, Jacksonville only 1. Was really all she wrote. Jags are 9 and 4. The Colts now 8 and 5 in second place in the NFC South, tied with the Texans, and I'll get to that in a minute. Steelers beat the Ravens. I called it almost to a T. I said on Steel City Renegades last night the score would be, or yesterday, the score would be 27-23. Steelers win 27-22. Much needed win. So now the Ravens have lost 2 straight. When you look at the stats, I just wrote this down. How in the fuck do you lose a game? Baltimore ran it 40 times for 217 yards. The Steelers ran it 17 times for 34 yards. And you still lost. People want to talk about the catch that wasn't a touchdown in the end zone. Look, the NFL has a real issue. Is it a catch or not a catch? Period. If you've got control of it, you're over the goal line, you take a couple steps, you have firm control of the football, and then it gets ripped out, that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Ground can't cause a fumble. If you're getting tackled, get tripped up, you hit the ground, ball comes out, that's not a fumble. If you're running with the ball and nobody touches you and you hit the ground, then it's a fumble if you fumble it. I don't even like if you have any part of your body in bounds, like when you catch a pass, you're in bounds. That's almost like saying to the NBA players, yeah, well, guess what? If you're going for a loose ball and it's going out of bounds, if you only have 1 foot in bounds and you bat the ball back in bounds, you're out of bounds. You know how fucking stupid that sounds? Ravens 6-7, Steelers 7-6. Ravens now a game back for the division lead. Broncos held out the Raiders 24-17. People were calling for an investigation into Pete Carroll, but because they lost a lot of money. There were 5 seconds left at the end of the game when they kicked the field goal. I know what Carroll was trying to do. 5 seconds left, you kick the field goal, it'll take 4 seconds. Onside kick, you get at least one more play. That's not what happened, though. What did I have written down for this particular game? Really, all I had written down was, again, Raiders 40 yards rushing, Denver 152. And the ball for almost 40 minutes. I'll say this till the day I die. Anybody that knows this and watches my shows, especially when it comes to the NFL or even college, if you can't run a football, you're not going to go far, especially in December and January to get to the Super Bowl. You can't run it. You become 2-dimensional. It's not going to work out. Broncos are 11-2. The Raiders now 2-11, and I believe the Raiders now have the number 1 overall pick because of that. Packers beat the Bears in a decent one. Bears stormed back. Packers fended off the late charge with the Caleb Williams interception in the end zone. Game was evenly played. I just had everything marked down. Evenly played. It's just the Packers made that one last interception in the big play. Packers are 9-3-1 atop the NFC North. And the Bears now dropped to 9-4, a half game back of the Packers. With the Lions sitting in third. The Rams hammered the Cardinals 45-17. This game was not close. It was horrible for the Cardinals. Rams didn't really have to do much. The only thing I have circled here, Rams 249 yards rushing, Cardinals 51. Basically a 5-to-1 ratio. Rams are 10-3, Cardinals 3-10. There could be 2 wild cards coming out of the NFC South, by the way. That's what it's looking like. And of course, we get to my Chiefs, who just absolutely are fucking horrible. They stink. I put this on Brett Veach, the GM. Tried to upgrade the offensive line, let everything else suffer. Tried to run it back. It ain't working. Mahomes threw the 3 picks. Houston's defense came to play in the cold. Chiefs are a mess. Chiefs fans want Andy Reid fired. They're not going to fire him. But the GM, he's going to have to do something. He's going to have to retool this entire team. Kelsey's older. Patrick's getting up there. I don't know why this is talking to me. But again, the Chiefs just horrible. The 3 turnovers, they were horrible on third down. Yes, they outrushed the Texans, but you can't turn it over 3 times. You can't. I will have Carter Price, or Price Carter, I'm sorry. He will be on with me on Wednesday. Talk about the mood in Kansas City. But they beat the Texans, or the Texans beat the Chiefs 20-10. The Chiefs have a 10% chance to make the playoffs. They're not making the playoffs. I said this back in August and July. Texans are 8-5. Chiefs 6-7. Of course, the game tonight. The Eagles and the Chargers. I picked the Eagles to win. And there you have it. Let's just jump to the NBA, the association. I'll go over the standings as I do every Monday. In the East, the Detroit Pistons are 19-5. They're on top. Knicks 16-7, 2.5 back. Celtics third, 15-9, 4 back. The Raptors 15-10, 4.5 back. They're in fourth. Magic are fifth, along with the Heat. They're both 14-10. They're 5 back. Sixers, Cavs, Hawks, all 5.5 back. And then the last spot, the Bucks 10-15, 9.5 back. Bulls, Hornets, Nets, Pacers, Wizards. Excuse me. Out in the Western Conference. The Oklahoma City Thunder going to lose another game. They sit on top. They're 23-1. Lakers are second, 17-6, along with the Nuggets. They're both 5.5 back. In fourth, the Rockets 15-6, 6.5 back. The Spurs are fifth, 15-7, 7 back. Timberwolves sixth, 15-8, 7.5 back. The Suns are seventh, 13-10, 9.5 back. Golden State Warriors 8th, 13-12, 10.5 back. The Grizz are 9th, 11-13, 12 games back. Portland Trailblazers 9-15, 14 back. Mavericks, Jazz, Kings, Clippers, Pelicans. Scores from yesterday. Knicks beat the Magic 106-100. For the Magic, your leading scorer was Pablo Banchero and Desmond Bain. Oh no, Jalen Suggs had 17 points. For the Knicks, your leading scorer was Jalen Brunson with 30. Mitchell Robinson, 13 boards. Josh Hart, 12. Celtics beat the Raptors 121-113. For the Celtics, leading scorer was Jaylen Brown with 30. And Myas Ketta, he added 11 rebounds. For the Raptors, leading scorer was Brandon Ingram with 30. And Scotty Barnes added 11 boards. The Nuggets beat the Hornets 115-106. For Denver, Jamal Murray, 34 points. Nikola Jokic, 11 boards. For the Charlotte Hornets, the leading scorer was Miles Bridges with 24 points. The Grizz beat the Trailblazers 119-96. Starters, the leading scorer was Jeremy Grant with 21 points. For the Grizzly, your leading scorer, Jalen Wells. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Santi Aldama off the bench. He had 22 points. Here. Warriors hammered the Bulls 123-91. Bulls are now really in a world of hurt after the strong start. For the Warriors, your leading scorer at the bench was Brandon Podziemski. He had 21. For the Bulls, leading scorer was Josh Giddey with 18. The Lakers beat the 76ers 112-108. For the Lakers, leading scorer, Luka Doncic with 31. He had 15 boards, 11 assists. That would be a triple-double, ladies and gentlemen. For Philadelphia, leading scorer was Tyrese Maxey with 28 points. Andre Drummond added 11 points and 12 rebounds. Thunder hammered the Jazz 131-101. For Oklahoma City, Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams with 25 apiece. For the Utah Jazz, your leading scorer was Kyle Filipowski, 21 points. He also added 10 boards. Excuse me. In the association tonight, it's a light slate. Kings at the Pacers at 7 at 7:30. Suns at the Timberwolves 8 p.m. Spurs at the Pelicans. Jump to the NHL, shall we? Let's go to the standings as I do every Monday. In the Eastern Conference, in the Atlantic, the Lightning still on top, tied with the Bruins with 34 points. In third, the Canadiens a point back, as are the Red Wings, 33 points. Panthers, Maple Leafs, Senators, each with 30 points apiece. They're 4 back. Sabres, last place, 26 points, 8 points back. Metropolitan, the Capitals are on top now with 39 points. The Hurricanes are second with 36 points, 3 back. The Islanders are third, 35 points. They're 4 back. Sorry. Penguins are fourth, 34 points. They're 5 back. Rangers also 5 back with 34 points. Flyers, Devils, 33 points a pop, 6 back. And then the Blue Jackets, 32 points, 7 back. Western Conference, Avalanche on top in the Central, 48 points. The Stars are second with 45, 3 back. Minnesota Wild with 35 points. They're in third. They're 10 back. I'm sorry, 13 back. Utah Mammoth in fourth, 31 points. They're 17 back at first. Blackhawks are fifth with 30 points. They're 18 back. The Winnipeg Jets, sixth, 29 points, along with the Blues. They are both 19 points back. And the Predators, 19 and 14. They are 24 points back. In the Pacific, the Anaheim Ducks up on top, 37 points. Golden Knights are second, 36 points, 1 back. Kings are third, 33 points, 4 back. Oilers and Sharks are tied, 31 a pop, 6 back. The Kraken in sixth, 28 points, 9 back. The Flames, 26 points, they're 11 back. And the Vancouver Canucks in last, 25 points. We go to the scores from yesterday. Yesterday, the Avalanche beat the Flyers 3-2. Panthers over the Islanders 4-1. Sharks over the Hurricanes 4-1. Final in a shootout, the Stars over the Penguins 3-2. Blues beat the Canadiens 4-3. Final in overtime, Golden Knights 3, Rangers 2. Capitals 2, Blue Jackets nothing, and the Ducks hammered my Blackhawks 7-1. In the Hockey League tonight, 7:30 p.m., Lightning at the Maple Leafs. 9 p.m., Kings at the Mammoth, Sabres at the Flames. At 10 o'clock, Red Wings at the Canucks. 10 o'clock, Wild at the Kraken. NCAA men's basketball. Let's go to the rankings. There's a new number 1. As soon as it pops up here, when it pops up. It's still trying. Oh, there it was. Trying to come up now. Give me just a second here. Follow the bouncing ball all the way from 25. This week I'll use the coach's ball, which I don't know why. 25th, Virginia, they're 8-1. Auburn 24th, 7-3. Iowa's 23rd, 8-1. Nebraska's 22nd, 9-zip. St. John's somehow still in the top 25. They're 5-3, 21st. Tennessee 20th, 7-3. Kansas 19th, 7-3. Florida's 18th, 5-3. Arkansas 17th, 7-2. Texas Tech 16th, 7-2. North Carolina 15th, 8-1. Vandy undefeated at 9-0 at 14th. Illinois 13th, 7-2. Alabama 12th, 7-2. Louisville 11th, 8-1. BYU 10th, 7-1. Michigan State 9th, 8-1. Houston ranked 8th, 8-1. Gonzaga 7th, 9-1. Purdue 6th, 8-1. UConn 8-1 is 5th. Iowa State 4th, 9-zip. Duke undefeated, 10-0 in 3rd. They have got Arizona in the coaches poll being second, 8-0, and Michigan. They've got in the coaches poll ranked number 1, and in the AP poll, Arizona they've got ranked number 1. Again, fucking stupid. Get rid of both polls. They mean nothing anymore. It's a joke. We go to top 25 scores for some odd reason. Let's try this again. Isn't pad is acting up. Yesterday, top 25 action. Number 11, Gonzaga hammered North Florida 109-58. Number 12, Alabama all over Utsa 97-55. Number 14, North Carolina over Georgetown 81-61. Number 19, Texas Tech over LSU 82-58. And number 21, Kansas over Missouri 80-60. No top 25 action tonight. Let's go to the women's, shall we? Go to the rankings. I will also use the coaches poll, which has not come out yet. So I'll go to the AP poll. 25th, Michigan State 8-1. 24th, Nebraska 9-0. Oklahoma State 23rd 10-1. Louisville 22nd 8-3. Ohio State's 21st at 7-1. Washington 20th at 8-1. Notre Dame's 19th at 6-2. Tennessee 6-2 and 18th. Ole Miss 17th at 8-1. USC 16th 7-2. Kentucky 10-1. They're 15th. Vanderbilt 14th. They're 9-0. Baylor's 13th 9-1. North Carolina's 12th 9-2. Iowa's 11th 9-0. Iowa State's 10th 10-0. Oklahoma 9-1. They're in 9th. TCU 8th 10-0. Maryland 7th 11-0. Michigan 6th 8-1. LSU is 5th at 10-zip. UCLA 4th 9-1. South Carolina 3rd 9-1. Texas undefeated and 2nd 10-0. UConn up on top with a 9-0 record. Scores from yesterday, top 25. There were none. I'm sorry. There's no top 25 action tonight. Yesterday, top 25 action. UConn hammered DePaul 102-35. Number 2, Texas over Prairie View A&M 101-42. Why? Why do these people? Why do they play the little guy? Number 3, South Carolina over North Carolina Central 106-42. Number 4, UCLA over Oregon 80-59. Number 3, LSU hammered New Orleans 126-62. Number 6, Michigan all over Purdue 104-56. Number 7, Maryland nail biter over Minnesota 100-99. Number 9, Oklahoma over Maryland Eastern Shore 90-37. Number 10, Iowa State over Northern Illinois 105-52. Can you hear the theme? Number 11, North Carolina over Boston University 82-40. Kansas State beat number 13 Ole Miss 61-60. Number 14, Baylor over Utsa 73-55. Number 16, USC over number 21 Washington 59-50. Number 17, Kentucky beat Central Michigan 82-55. Number 18, Notre Dame over Florida State 93-58. Number 20, Michigan goes down to Wisconsin 78-64. Number 22, Louisville hammered New Hampshire 94-43. Number 23, Ohio State beat Northwestern 79-70. Go to the English Premier League. I believe Champions League kicks back in either tomorrow or Wednesday. Scores from the weekend in the Premier League, though. Excuse me. On Saturday, Villa beat my Arsenal squad 2-1. Bournemouth and Chelsea tied 0-0. Everton over Nottingham Forest 3-0. Man City over Sunderland at 3-0. Newcastle over Burnley 2-1. Tottenham over Brentford 2-0, and Leeds and Liverpool 3-3 draw. Then yesterday's fixtures. As soon as they pop up here. Buffering. Buffering. And now it's stuck. It's trying to do something. Talk amongst yourselves. Rhode Island is neither a road or an island. Brighton and West Ham 1-1 apiece. Crystal over Fulham 2-1. And then today, Man United hammered Wolverhampton 4-1. Wolverhampton, I have a feeling, will get relegated from the Premier League this year after being up for a good amount of time. Ever since I've been following the EPL back in 2012, they've been up. I don't think they've ever been relegated while I've been watching. We go to the table, is what they call the standings over there. I will give you the top four, which the top four in the Premier League always makes Champions League. Arsenal with 33 points on top. Man City has closed the gap to 2 points from Arsenal. They sit at 31. Villa is third, 30 points. And then Crystal Palace with 26 points. Those four, if the season ended today, would make Champions League. Bottom three, West Ham with 13 points, Burnley with 10, and Wolverhampton with only 2. If the season ended today, those three teams will get relegated to the Championship League. Ever since I've been watching the EPL as well, West Ham and Wolverhampton have always seemed to be up, not looking like it today. So I think I'm going to end it there. Again, Eagles Chargers tonight. Check it out. NHL, NBA, whatever is your pleasure. Check that out. I believe Patterson Avenue Fanatics will be on at some point tonight. I don't know if they're going to come on at 8 o'clock or if they're going to wait. I don't know. But check them out on the Cole County Entertainment Network, which is what my shows are on. Greatly appreciate those boys. Everybody that's on the Cole County Entertainment Network, it's greatly appreciated. So I will end it there. As I end each show, practice compassion, practice empathy, have passion for what you do, no matter what it is. Hug somebody every once in a while. You might make their day. Tell somebody you love them. You might not get a second opportunity. And for God's sakes, if you see somebody struggling, inquire, ask questions, no matter what the situation is. Someone's being bullied, somebody's being antisocial, and there may be an issue. You might not just be saving a life, you might be saving multiple lives. So, with all that being said, enjoy, stay warm, check on your pets if they're outside, check on your elderly neighbors. Those are the two most particular issues when it comes to the cold outside. Just check on your elderly, check on your pets. There's only one thing left to do, and that's for Daddy Don to take me out.
Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night, the party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.